So the book thing, I promise you, true story. I went to Target and asked an employee for the book section, and she said we don't have that. And she said it was such this, like, why you asking me? Why you asking me for book? What the fuck is a book? Like, she asked me that, like, she said that with disdain. Like, we don't have that. Like, what? Why do you even want that? What type of weirdo are you? How dare I, right? Ask for a book. Anyway, the discussion starts and they begin on the massive amounts of shootings that have happened this year, and we're barely out of January. Side note, this is another reason why I watched Bill Maher, because had I not, I would not have even known that there were this many shootings. He mentioned that there was one shooting where 2 Asian men in their 60s shot other Asians, and he mentions Tyree Nichols, a black man getting killed by cops, end quote. All the cops were black, unquote. And this is where my issue with Bill Maher begins. Number one, the cop that pepper sprayed the shit out of Tyree was a white cop. Granted, that is not what killed him, and the majority of the cops who did were black, but to leave that out is to be deceptive and to exempt the one white man who was also involved. And though did not kill him by his own hand, stood by and allowed it. The same can be said about the Asian cop who did not touch George Floyd, but also did not help George Floyd. The issue is the cops getting drunk off power, and that was never mentioned in the discussion. Instead, Bill and his guests accused people of scapegoating to a particular race to blame instead of looking at the whole picture. And the congressman on the show said something about cops being underpaid. I guess that means that everyone who is underpaid has a right to take their anger out on people and kill them in the process. It was all deflection to me. Mind you, they haven't seen the video because this show was filmed Friday afternoon, and the video came out Friday night. But either way, why is the cop's salary being brought into the discussion? Another side note, this woman said, quote, "My neighborhood private security," unquote. And Bill responded with, quote, "Oh yeah, where you live now," unquote. And she responded by saying where Bill lives, and he said, "Don't say where I live." But sir, didn't you just ask her where she lives? Joke or not, don't dish it if you can't take it. And though petty as hell, this is one example of things Bill says that he cannot rock with. He lacks consistency. He adds on, quote, "Don't tell people where we live. We're talking about crime," unquote. I'm like shaking my damn head. You started this. Perspective, he just doesn't have it. Accountability, he just doesn't have it. Bill mentioned something yet again that he has mentioned in past shows. Quote, "We shouldn't make college more expensive or less expensive. We should make it less necessary, because most of the jobs you don't even need a degree," unquote. Now here is why I find Bill Maher's consistency. Bill Maher is constantly saying this, and this is why I find it so hypocritical, because all of his writers for his show have to have degrees or multiple years of experience elsewhere in which they only got because they had degrees or they knew someone. And I'm pretty sure he's not hiring you if you don't have a degree or experience you gained from having a job that hired you because of your degree. So what the fuck are you chatting about, Bill? Or are you telling us that you're giving out job training? Are you giving out job training or not? I want to be clear. I'm only commenting on anything I don't agree with or I disagree with. They did a whole segment on fat people taking diabetes pill to lose weight and children getting bypass surgery. So I have nothing to say about it. The boy Tim Ryan was talking some sense about the government paying to make you sick and they paying to keep you sick, broken system on top of broken system, etc. So yeah, I have nothing to say about that, because it just, to be honest, you haven't done this now. I kind of don't even want to watch Bill Maher anymore, because all the politics, it just gets on my damn nerves. Lastly, flashback to me in 2020 commenting on Joaquin Phoenix, who commented on this famous hypocrites. I could be wrong, but I think aside from Joaquin Phoenix, BTS doesn't take private flights. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into it, which I probably won't because I don't care that much. But I'm pretty sure there's a few celebrities who don't fly private. I don't think it's everybody we know, but it's definitely most of them. But like I said, Joaquin and I think BTS, but I could be wrong about BTS. What do I know? Maybe they didn't at first and now they're too big and they have to. I don't know. I admit that I don't know, but I definitely know it's not everybody who does it because once again, Joaquin Phoenix doesn't because he said he didn't. So watch your mouth, Bill Maher, watch your mouth.